Boom, it's time. We be live. So, what up, folks? I know Hall and Ash. What happened to my wrench? You should have a wrench. I'm not looking at this in YouTube. So, it's probably because we changed channels and I didn't get a chance to do that. But I'll make that happen just because you should have a wrench, sir. So, I'm going to throw it on the other screen over here real quick. Oh, and go to YouTube. If it starts acting funny, it's because, well, I'm doing two things at once. Boom. I gotta switch accounts. Go there. Go there. Ooh, and I gotta mute that because it's gonna make a lot of noise. Oh, Nash ain't got no wrench. What's up with that? Boom, you got your wrench now, brother. Anybody else that is a normal wrench holder and doesn't have a wrench, speak now. All right, so I'm going to close YouTube just because it slows things down. Who's in there? So we got Stanley, of course, Mr. Hall and Ash. Thank you, sir, for dropping by. We got Ash, K88, my man. Thank you for stopping in. So we got what, 3 of you watching right now. How y'all doing? How y'all doing with this whole, it depends on where you're at. Some people are saying they're quarantined. Other people are saying they've got lockdown. Here in Texas, we call it stay-at-home order. So, I haven't held a wrench since I got married. I don't believe that. Oh, wait a minute. Now I know what you mean. Wrench versus winch. Got it. And that's with the winch with the E, not an I. Got it. So how y'all holding down? Places shutting down around you. Food getting scarce. I'll be honest. We went to the grocery store this past Saturday. We were not in need of toilet paper, so we said we are not getting there. The time before we got there, an hour and 10 minutes before they opened, and we were still like number 46 and 47 in line. And then they let so many in at a time. It went quick though. HEB, they're handling, at least ours, handling it great. But yeah, there was a rush then to get toilet paper. We got toilet paper, paper towels. I don't know if we got paper towels or we got some paper towels, but the meats and all that were really low and all that. But so this Saturday we went back. We didn't need toilet paper because it's just me and Audrey, so we don't need to hoard toilet paper like you crazy people are. And we got there around 11 o'clock, I think, in the morning, a.m.ish, and got in the line that took about 6 minutes to go ahead and go in. Went, and yes, the toilet paper was gone. I looked. Paper towels, there weren't a lot, but there were paper towels. There were eggs. There was milk. There was just about any meat you want. Produce was good. Some of the grocery aisles soups were really low, and they even had a sign up there limiting the number of soups you could buy, but it was like 6 or 8 cans per person, so it wasn't that limited, but it was real low. Pasta was still low, but we were able to get what we needed. Pasta sauces were low. Sorry about that. So there were things that were low, but it wasn't horrible. You know what I mean? So I think for us here, it seems like grocery store wise, things have rebounded a little bit. All the crazies who rushed out and bought everything still has all that shit, so they're not going grocery shopping to buy more of it, I guess. So it's not too bad. So let me see what you guys got going on. Stanley says, suffering through, feeling a little under the weather. Yikes. and 2 days into lockdown. Stressful day, but otherwise all is good. I'm armed, got food and toilet paper, no room to complain. So Stanley, lockdown, but you're, if I'm not mistaken, you're one of those exempt or essential personnel where you still are going to work, as far as I understand, unless that's changed. Hall and Ash, Steve says, food is good or adequate, but no paper products. So you guys are still low on paper. Adam's in the house. How you doing, Adam? Thanks for joining us. Stanley, heck yeah, big shout out to HEB. They were on top of their game, have very few issues. Yeah, they really, I mean, I got a good friend he actually runs the meat plant for HEB that's up here in San Antonio. So all your meats out there at the different stores and all that, he runs that. So he's kind of a big to do. But he's working his ass off, and not a word out of him about how hard he's working. And all his people are working their butts off. And so pretty proud of him. James or Jim Klein, I know you're not watching this, but pretty proud of you, brother. All right, what else? Heck yeah, big shot. Okay, got that. Lots of beer. You know what? I have 3 beers left in my refrigerator. I got this keg right there, Shinerbach fake blow up keg. It's not real. So yeah, I need to make a beer run. But I do still have plenty of Jack and Coke, so life's good. Stanley, yeah, town is on lockdown. I'm still working. Nicholas is in the house. How you doing, Nick? Thank you for stopping in. So I know I put some things we're going to talk about, but I wanted to talk about this a little more. Hearing all kinds of different stories. People, hey, our boat ramps are closed. This is closed. That is closed. Everybody's saying, stay home, right? Keep your distance. And I think some younger people are getting it, hey, so it might not be that rough on me because I'm young, but I don't want to go out there and spread it to other people. That's a responsible thing to do. I appreciate that. But then I see some folks, and again, this is social media, so take it with a grain of salt, but people I know personally that are saying at their lakes, all of a sudden it's like spring break again. Like they're packed with people. So, their assumption is these people are, hey, everything's shut down. We're supposed to stay home. No, we're going to go to the lake. But they're all going to the lake. And these lakes are being, again, too many folks too close together, right? Social distancing. So it's only a matter of time. We already had the mayor here in San Antonio threaten to shut all our parks because, they're open for people who want to still exercise and stuff like that. But when they go to the video cameras and show all these people doing their parties and all these kids on the playgrounds, and they're like, that's not 6 feet. That's not social distancing. How are we going to fix this? Well, their fix is going to be, boom, shut it down. So that's probably on these bodies of water where they're doing all this stuff, or shorelines, is going to be, boom, shut it down. So it's a few people that I think are, excuse me, being short-sighted, inconsiderate, thinking, hey, we're all off, let's go to the beach or the lake. But it affects everybody. So there you go. What else is going on? I missed something. Adam said something. I don't want to announce prematurely, but my Instagram just hit exactly 1,000 followers. Adam, you're killing it, brother. I've been on Instagram. Now, I will admit I'm not a good Instagrammer. I don't spend a lot of time posting stuff on there. I'm there. I check it daily. I try to, but Instagram, you got to be posting pictures. And when I'm sitting at home doing nothing, there's nothing to post pictures of because I'm not doing nothing. But anyways, I'm only at 500 and something. So I am a sucky Instagrammer. So congratulations, Adam. Steve says, I'm essential to do home repairs yet. However, it's 2 weeks for siding delivery. Well, that puts a damper on doing at least a siding repair. Nick, they just got laid off. My wife and She works for a doctor's office. Crazy. Her mom's office is closing too. Scary. It is scary, Nick. It's allergies. I don't have the virus, so don't worry about me. So I'll give you a quick update our situation so we can all relate to each other. So I work for Uncle Sam. I work for the Army actually, and I'm an instructor. But a lot of our time is spent doing lesson plans and all this other stuff, and that's what I'm doing. So I get to telework. If I'm on the schedule to teach and they don't cancel it, which they've been doing lately, I go in and teach. Audrey works for a local financial institution, a big one here in San Antonio, a credit union, and they were ahead of the curve really because she started teleworking like a week before me. I think this is week 3 for her teleworking. So she's full-time every day teleworking. So the reason I'm saying that is I feel for the folks that this is impacting because for us, our income is not being impacted. Now, yes, our retirements that, if you're in your 20s or 30s and you take a hit in your retirement funds, but when you're in your mid 50s looking to retire around 60 and this happens, our retirement funds have been significantly impacted and we don't have the time to recover, might not have the time to recover. That somebody who's younger than us would. So that's our impact. But that's not right now. Right now we're doing good. We got food, we got paper products. So other than having to stay home and not do much, we're doing all right. So that's our situation. Let's see. Catch up with you guys. Stanley, I did see some of the first places to lock down and are now opening back up. Maybe that's where this is happening. I don't know, Stanley. Steve, yeah, five people in a 16-foot boat is a big no. Yeah, that would be appropriately to say no. I think there was just an incident up there at Lake Erie. They're searching for a father and his young son who last seen putting a boat in at Lake Erie. So I'm not sure what the outcome of that was, but prayers to that family. Adam, thank you. I started on January 11th of 2020. What am I doing wrong, Adam? I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing Instagram for at least, golly, a couple years. You're killing it, brother. Nicholas, oh shit, he's coughing. Drink more Jack, kill the germs. It's sinuses. Here in South Texas, everything's freaking blooming right now. And so drainage leads to coughing, freak people out when you're out in public. But then most people just look at you and say, oh, allergies, huh? Yeah, it's allergies. Steve, the reason I initially started an account was so sponsors could track my social media promoting them. That's cool. I'm not worried about sponsors yet. Ain't got none. Nick, my buddy gave out his address at boot camp. He's an instructor. He's like, I'm on deployment here in Chicago. Oh, so he's Navy. Laugh my ass off because they are locked down for 90 days. He's wanting care packages. Lockdown doesn't mean that lockdown. And are they still training? Because I know the Army, we're still training. We still got soldiers going through and moving on and going to follow on training. I don't know what the Navy's doing. Stanley, right? He gets some Insta advice. I'm at 200. Dang, Stanley, I assumed because of your Twitter, I know your Twitter's flying, so I assumed you're higher on your Instagram than 200. But I know you started social media late because I remember you had Facebook, dropped Facebook with whatever happened with you on Facebook, and you really got into Twitter. I think maybe just last year you got into Twitter and Instagram. So you're doing fine, Stanley, I think, for when you started. Let's see, Steve. Yes, haven't found them yet. 7-year-old boy and his 27-year-old father in a 14-foot flat bottom boat. Lake Erie, folks. If you're not from up there, imagine a sea. That's how big it is. You get on that water, you can't see the shore on the other side. And it gets ugly. I mean, there's so many shipwrecks up there in the Great Lakes. People don't realize you're not on a lake like these lakes around here. So that's sad to hear. Stanley, I haven't done anything with Instagram. My fault. Really, just started in January. Oh shoot! I thought you started. I thought you started last year. My bad. Nick, I just started Instagram once I started catching on upload pics. I did see some bass finally moving today. I seen you said you saw a big one. That's cool. Adam, I try to do a picture a day and vary the imagery. I also do at least 3 stories per day to keep my picture relevant on other people's home screens. Holy smokes, you're working it. That's what it takes. You know, any one of these, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It if you want it to grow like that, you got to put in the time. So if you're on all of those, I know I am. You got to focus your energy. You know, so my energy is focused mainly on right here on YouTube, and then I do daily stuff pretty much on Facebook and Twitter. Instagram, I'm on it daily, but I'm probably not posting but a few times a week. So yeah. Gotta get back to work. See you guys later. All right, Nick. Thank you for stopping in, brother. I appreciate it. All right, I'm hoping since we started later, because a lot of people were complaining that was too early for them, that Jenny and some other folks would be here. They're not. So, StreamYard, is it worth it? Adam, good Lord, that's good research, brother. So StreamYard is what? Yeah, you can see it right up there on the screen. Oh, I guess you can't right there. That's who I'm doing the live stream through. This is their free. Anybody can do it with this level. The next level up, basically, and this is a discount if you pay it all at once for the year, is $250. Ah, it's still too early. Mike, welcome to the show. Glad you made it. So $250 a year for StreamYard. And what you get is they have a green screen capability where if I had a green screen behind me, instead of having to do BOS or BS or where all that stuff is, you could go in and put stuff behind you from them. So that's one capability you get for spending that money. Okay. 2 yearly, so you pay the $15. StreamYard is only worth it if you buy if you buy the yearly, it's $20, $25 a month for a total of $250. I was just looking at it. So yeah, it's $25, but it's total $250 all at once. So that's why I'm saying I'm not sure it's worth it. It also, it'll let you dual stream, so I can stream here on YouTube and stream on, like Jenny was talking about the last time, Periscope, which kind of goes over and lets you know on Twitter. So you could dual stream. Okay. Only 2 places because that's the next level up. There's another level that's even more expensive than that. And then you get some other backgrounds. You guys see the little, oh, good Lord, I can't even orientate myself. Little thing over here, right? So you can change that more. The little thing where the duck is over there, you can put your own little picture up there. No, Mike, I just looked into it yesterday. It's $5 more a month if you pay monthly. So the best deal is $250 for the year, but that's paying all of it at once. So it must have gone up since the last time you looked at it. I can pull it up over here. Yeah, so you got a better deal then because, matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up right over here on the other screen. And here, StreamYard. Upgrade. Where's my upgrade? There's my upgrade option. All right. So I'm looking at right now on the screen. What I got is free. The next level up, which is their basic, is $20 a month if you pay it all at once. Right? So that's, of course, 20 times 12. Somebody do the math. But they say that saves you $60 a year versus their monthly. So that means there's another $5 on that. So if I pay it all at once, it's $20 a month. If I pay it monthly, it's $25 a month. So you must have got in a good deal grandfathered or something. And then the next level up is their professional, which is $29 a month if you pay it all at once, or $120 more than that if you pay it monthly. So yeah, let's see if I can do this real quick. I didn't do anything. Share screen. Sure. To monitor. Share screen. All right, this one. So there you go. So you got their base. This is what I'm on, 0. Their basic is $20 a month if you pay $250 now. And it says it right there. You're going to pay another $60 if you pay monthly. So that means another $5. So it's $25 a month if you pay monthly, or $20 a month if you pay it all at once, was $250. So I'm just not at a point where I can pay out $250 cash right now for that. I'm not sure it's exactly what I want yet. I'm getting close, but not yet. Hall and Ash is popping smoke. All right, Hall and Ash. Thank you, Steve, for stopping in, brother. I just realized the other day that I couldn't do YouTube live on mobile. So, Adam, you're under 1,000 subscribers still. I think if you talk to Stanley or somebody, there's folks that are doing YouTube live on mobile that don't have 1,000 subscribers, but they're doing it through some other program. And honestly, I'm not sure what that program is, so I can't tell you. Yeah, there you go. Like Mike's saying, there are ways to do it. And I remember when that first came down last year, where they put the kibosh on people doing it by mobile under 1,000, and all these people start finding these other ways to do it. And then the threat came out, ooh, YouTube catches you, they're going to shut down your channel. But I have yet to hear a single person say, oh, my channel got shut down because I had less than 1,000 subscribers and I did live streams mobile with this app. So take for what it's worth. Stanley, you can still stream mobile under 1K with a different app. Yeah. Is that still a thing? Yeah, I think, Stanley, it is. Prism Live and Streamlabs are my go-to. There you go. I can do it from my laptop with a web. Oh, okay. Well, if you got a computer, then yeah, that's. I don't do it with a mobile device anyways. I'm on my computer right now. So it was never a concern for me, but for those folks that do it mobile, there were other apps they were using to continue to do it. So I think you're okay. I think you can still do it. So as far as StreamYard goes, for me, I don't make enough to justify spending that $250 right now. You know, maybe I will in the future, but right now I don't. Just to be able to stream on multiple servers. My streams aren't big enough. I mean, look, we got 4 people in here right now, so it's not like, you know, we're packing the house. So I'm just not feeling that yet. As long as your laptop isn't a iPad type thing. Oh, yeah. You can't do it on any kind of individual, what do they call them now? Personal devices. It has to be an actual computer, either laptop or desktop, but it has to be a computer. Yeah. Video this week. So last week I did not have a video come out. I just didn't have anything. And I shot the video working on the trolling motor and getting replacing parts on it. And that one I'm editing now. So it's going to come out this week. It will not be out tomorrow. I'm not sure when it's going to be out. But one of those things that's interesting is my last video, for those of you that remember, was the dual battery system on the boat. Those type of videos are typically somebody searching for it. In other words, people that watch me fish on YouTube, typically, if they don't have a boat, like their shoreline, whatever, they might not have an interest in me doing some type of video working on my boat, right? So it doesn't get that following. What it gets is people who are interested. Hey, I want to do a dual battery on boat, and they search that in YouTube. That's the way those ones get views. So that one posted 2 weeks ago. For the first 6 days after I posted it, it was number 8 of my top 10, right, in that timeline. So it was not doing good, and I kind of expected that. But from day 6 until now, which is day, I want to guesstimate 12, is gone like this, and now it's video number 4 of my top 10. So it's gaining traction as it's being picked up by Google or Google, same thing as YouTube, I guess, but picked up by YouTube and being put in front of those people that are looking for boat repair type stuff. So just like a lot of my steering upgrade on my boat started off like, and then all of a sudden it started going up, and now it's one of my better videos. Every time I look at my top videos most recent, it's one of those, right? Because it's getting picked up on searches. And so that's what this one's doing too, the dual battery one. So it's doing good. So the reason I brought that up is I'm not in a rush. I'm going to get that other one out this week, the Trollmore one, because it's going to do the same thing, I think. Because when I searched it, there weren't many videos at all on how to do what I did. So I think it's going to do good, but I don't have to rush it. It doesn't need to come out tomorrow. It's probably going to come out Thursday, maybe even Friday, which is good because I'm not getting out and fishing, so I don't know what's next. I am going to make some bacon. We'll be making the bacon, and that ain't faking. But that hasn't happened yet either. That's a future video. All right, let me catch up with you guys. You mean your wiring mess? That's not a wiring mess. That is clean and neat, sir, and it serves a purpose. Stanley laughed. Only in Texas does someone use the same color wires for everything. Well, what you were looking at in that was just positive cables and negative cables. So yeah, they were red and black, but they were labeled, so it's still legit. But when you're dealing with the battery cables, it's important to know which one's positive, which one's negative, and the easy way to ID that, if it's red, it's hot. If it's black, it's not. Now, when I start doing some lights I'm going to be installing and other stuff under the center console that is still a mess I'm working on, yes, you'll see different colors there. Red, white, who cares? I don't need to be Picasso to get my boat in the water. There you go, Stanley. I'm with you. That's all right. Adam, I got seasick in my boat on land yesterday. What? I broke the nut off my trolling motor bolts and had to get under deck to repair it. The trailer was shaking and I was upside down under my deck. That's horrible. I've never gotten seasick, period. So I couldn't imagine being on land working on my boat and get seasick. That would suck. I've been with people who have been seasick. Our Cozumel trip, me and Audrey were both fine, but the couple that went with us on the fishing trip, They both got seasick. I mean, they're both over the side. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? And then I've gone out just to inshore fishing with Joel and Shay, who was on that trip with us to Cozumel, fishing inshore, and it got bumpy, and both Shay and Joel, I don't feel good. I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? You need to get some sea legs. Unless you're in your house, then black is hot and white is negative, green ground. Yep, absolutely, Mike. Good thing I wasn't working on the house, but I've done that too. That's probably something I should have videoed, but it's taken 2 years to do it. But I'm doing some outdoor stuff with electrical that I've got a photo record of that I'm going to post on Facebook as a photo album of that thing I did. Would have been a long-term project, but I could have turned that into a video, I guess, and I didn't. Seasick people on boat are great for chumming. That's true, Stanley. That's what they were both doing. So yeah, that's what's up with me coming video. Stanley, you guys got any videos coming out soon? On this channel, the vlogs, I get seasick bad in the sea. That's why I never go on offshore trips or cruises. Have you tried the pills they take? I forgot what it's called. And they wear patches now and all this other stuff. So, what is it? No. Is it Dramamine? I think it is Dramamine. But a lot of people swear by that stuff. Yeah, Stanley. So the vlogs, the last one was number 3. And I was introducing the light I got on the camera. Since then, I haven't updated anything in the studio, though. If you guys pay attention to detail, you'll notice this looks different. This is not my normal setup. Usually, you guys are looking in that direction, and that's my background, right? Now you're looking in this direction. Because we completely rearranged the room. That's what's really directly behind me, right? Bookshelf. So we completely rearranged the room. I was hesitant to do the green screen because I did some research and it really sounded like to do it good, it was a lot of work as far as lighting goes. But then I seen Mo, right? And he, that Moser boy, him and his daughter, he's got a green screen now. He did something, and there is some stuff around edges and stuff. But I was like, dang, that looks pretty good. There's no reason not to do it. So I'll probably be doing that. Dramamine, yeah, that's what I was talking about. I tried the pill. They put me dead asleep. Yeah, they will put you to sleep. There is a patch you can get prescribed. You got to go to your doctor to get it. It was noticeable. I like that lighting. Yeah, it worked. It's just so small. It's hard for the camera and any accessories to fit on it, but it works. And this webcam is new. My color on this screen is much better than it used to be. Adam, do you have any special lighting? Right now, no. I do. So when I do my vlogs, it's with my Canon camera because it's recorded instead of this webcam, and it's got one of those ring lights around it now, so I can use that. Matter of fact, if you go back and look at my last vlog, it's all about that. So you can go check that out. So I got that, but I want to get, because when you do a green screen, you can't throw shadows on it. So if you have lights on you, if it's behind you, you have to have lights that deflect the shadows. So there's a little bit of work involved. I want to do it right if I'm going to do it. Is that your sewing bobbin in the corner? Oh, you're talking about that. That is thread. So very good eye. But that's thread for rod building. So let me give you an example real quick. When you look at a fishing rod, for those of you that don't know, you all might know, you look at that area right there, and it's like, ooh, that's cool. It's kind of, silver and black and silver, and there's a blue line, and black and silver. That's not like tape or paint or anything. That's actually thread that was wrapped on there, right? That holds the eyelet on. And so really all that's needed is the black that's there. But then people get decorative and put the silver and the line and all that kind of stuff. But all that is thread. So I'm an amateur rod builder. I've built 4 so far, and they're all inshore rods. I've got one more, but it's been like a year since I've done a rod, so I need to get back on it. But that's what all the thread over there is. There's different colors of thread that I've used or I'm going to use on my next rod. I'm going to put this down. So when you talk to folks who say they're custom rod builders, okay, they're not, they don't build the rod, right, itself, right? That's a blank, right? They buy that from somebody. All different kinds of companies make blanks. What they're doing is the creative work of putting it together, selecting the eyes for it, selecting the rod seat, determining its spline, right? So you know where to put those on it, right? The guides. They don't like when you call them eyelets either. You got to call them guides, or rod builders get mad. So, like, for example, I said I've only made inshore rods, so this is my next build. Ow! Watch the fan, John. Luckily, it's tough. And this is going to be an offshore rod, right? And this is the blank, and that's all it is. It's one long piece, and you can, buy all different kinds based on, how heavy you want it to be, the line weight, the lure, all that kind of stuff. And then you end up building it. So this is going to be, this will be the biggest one I've ever done. And I don't know when I'm going to start it, but I already have my colors picked out and all that kind of stuff. Oh, and those 4 inshore rods were all spinning rods because it's inshore fishing. Use a spinning rod. That one's going to be a standard. Here, I'll show you what's going on that. This bad boy, it's probably a little overkill, but this is what's going on it. This is a Penn 6/0. I've got like 3 or 4 of these in there that I bought them real cheap because they're old reels, and then I rebuilt them. So I went in and replaced the drag on them, replaced anything else that needed to be replaced. So that's going to be my first offshore rod build. This was like, 2 years ago when I thought I was going to sell my boat and get an offshore boat. And then I came to a realization that I don't get down to the coast enough to afford to own a offshore boat, right? To justify it. So, thank you, Mike, for asking about the thread, because that led into a whole conversation about rod building. Now, I have not read what you guys have been saying, so let's see. Stanley, what would you be green screen into the video? All right, so 2 things, Stanley. On a live like this, right, I can green screen wherever I want behind me, because if I pay for the StreamYard. If I don't pay for it, I won't be doing any green screen live, because then you have to have OBS, and that's a lot of technical stuff that maybe someday, but right now I'm just not going to get into that. Now on my vlogs and even videos, but mainly my vlogs, I can green screen without all that stuff, right? In my editing, a matter of fact, there's some things I do where like my name comes sliding into a video and it's a little decorative thing. That's a green screen. I just get it to follow whatever's behind it. So you use a green screen, you use that chroma, whatever tool it is on your editor, and boom, the green's gone, and there's that. So that's what I would use it though for, is for the vlog. So I could put whatever I want behind me on the vlog. Because it's recorded, I don't have to use OBS. But for live like this, I either got to do OBS, some type of OBS, or I got to pay StreamYard the money. So those are my options. All right. Oh, cool. That's a great way to store it. Yep. I just use two-ton epoxy. You can do that. It probably ain't too pretty, but yes, you could do that. Mike's rod repair. There you go. And do you epoxy the entire blank or leave it bare? If you're talking to me, yeah, it's bare except for where you do any thread work, right? That's where you use the epoxy. So you don't epoxy the full blank. I wish I had one of the ones I built in here, but they're all out in the garage because that's where I store my fishing rods. So can't show you that. Maybe next time I'll bring one in and we can go over that real quick. But yeah, all you do is epoxy right where you did that thread work. So typically at just above the handle, right? There's some thread work done there, and that's epoxied. And then there's probably some decals telling you what kind of blanket it is, and what line it's set for, what lure weight it's set for. That's usually in there. My inshores, all four of them have split grip, so you all have seen that, right? So in that space, I do some thread work, and then I have a little A&J Outdoors decal. It talks about build number, and I number each rod. So the first three are mine and my wife's, right? I built one for me, red, white, and blue. Built one for my wife, Michigan Wolverines. Built the next one for me, Denver Broncos. And then we had a family friend who she battled breast cancer, lost both, had surgery, everything, bounced back. And so her favorite colors, of course, were pink and teal. So I got a teal rod or a pink rod, and then I did teal and black thread work on it and gave that one to her. Her husband bought a real nice reel with pink line, and we gave that one to her. So that's the only one of the four that I built that I didn't build for me. I feel comfortable building for myself because I can see the mistakes in them, like the flaws, and they're mine, and I don't care. If I was charging somebody, I would feel bad. Stanley, oh yeah, I can tell by the size of that reel you and I are going to be doing some fishing this summer. I hope so. If we ever get out of this lockdown, looks like you're gearing up for marlin. I think that is a that blank is, I believe, a 40 to 60 pound blank. So it's not that big. It's a good drop down rod, big snapper, maybe some grouper, stuff like that. I feel like less epoxy, lighter rod. Is that right? Adam, that's correct. And so that's important in those inshore rods and those bass rods and stuff like that, where you want less weight, lightweight. But a big offshore rod, these aren't rods that you're casting all day. That's why you want them light, because you're casting them all day. These rods, you might not even cast it at all. You're just letting the line out, and you want to be able to fight great big fish. So the weight on them doesn't matter as much. Another thing you'll find, not just it affects the action of a rod. If I take a light rod, a medium action inshore rod that's 7 foot long, and I decide I want 10 guides on it, right? First of all, that's too many guides for that size of pole. But some people do it because they think it spreads the work over the pole more, and it does, right? So you don't have points that are stressed more than other points. But it also, all that, each spot for 10 times where I've got that epoxy in an eyelet takes away the flex of that point in that rod. So it does affect the overall action of the rod. So that's just a small thing, though. That's why a lot of people buy a rod off the shelf. It's a 7.5 foot rod and it's got 7 eyelets. To rod builders, that's like that. You probably need another eyelet or two to and there's a way to set that up too. I'm not going to go into detail, but there's a way to, because you tape your eyelets on, you put a reel on it, and you put a weight on it, and you bend it so you can see how the line goes through the eyelets. So you can tell if you need to adjust their position and all that kind of stuff. So it's a whole detailed thing. You'd have to learn rod building. I'm not going into all that, but needless to say, it affects the rod. Yes, absolutely. Got 5 people in here. Did somebody sneak in that I didn't see, or is it just a silent bystander who's not saying anything? I don't even know. We weren't planning on talking about rod building, but there we went. That's how we roll. Went out there on the edge. All right, we got 15 minutes, folks. What else we want to talk about? I got to run for now. All right, Adam, thank you for stopping in, bud. I appreciate it. Keep an eye out for those vlogs. If you want to see more about that light I put on that one camera, it's in the vlogs on this channel, so you can check that out. Mike, it really depends if you're going out after what you're going after, but usually, like I said, it's going to be probably a 60 to 80 pound line. For me, I like braid, but then you're going to have a top shot. That's another one of those terms they use offshore, where you probably have 100 yards or more of maybe a 100-pound mono. Again, depending on what you're fishing for. That's for the big stuff that you're dropping down. And then there's, toothy critters like King Max. Maybe you're running 40-pound braid, but then you got to use, at a certain point, you got to use some metal because they're toothy. So it just really, man, it depends so much on what you're fishing for. Yeah, that's a little overkill for walleye. I love fishing for walleye. I can't wait to get up there. God forbid this thing lasts through August. I don't think it will. I can't wait to get back up to Michigan and get out there with Steve and do some walleye fishing. Good Lord, it's killing me. I can't wait. But yeah, that's, 100 pound is overkill for. I will say this. So in May, me and Audrey have a place rented for now on one of the rivers here, Nueces, that has not just big catfish in it, but it has alligator gar. And so I was talking to the owner of the place, and he said, yeah, my rods, I run 300-pound monofilament, but I'm like, 300 pounds? I'm going, some catfish, you know what I mean? And he said, yeah, last year we caught a 200-pound alligator gar right about this time of year. I was like, oh. So, I'm going up there thinking my 40, 50-pound line is going to be great for big old flatheads or blue cats. And but if I get one of them alligator gar, that stuff would be like, snap, see ya. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it, as long as it doesn't get canceled on us. I don't see how it can, because we reserved it. It's a little cabin on the river away from people. So, talk about self-quarantine. We'll be there for 4 days and shouldn't see another person. It's not like we're running out and going to restaurants and stuff. We're going there. I'm bringing the boat. We're going to run the boat up and down the river. We might run some trot lines and jug lines and just go old school country on them. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Mine's braid too, laugh out loud. Yeah, I like, you know what? I have very few rods now that I don't have braid on. Anywhere from 10-pound braid when I'm fishing, small fish, up to, I think my heaviest right now is like 65-pound braid, right, for big fish. And then I'll use typically a mono leader of some sort, or help me out, not mono, but the clear one, whatever it is. You know what I mean. Depends on if you're trophy hunting, Mike. Yeah, that's true. Always trophy hunt, Stanley. How's it going? Oh, Grant snuck in on us. Hey, Grant McIntosh. Oh, it just had 5, now it says 3, but Grant is here. So it's good to see you, Mr. Grant McIntosh. Glad you made it. I guess the later time didn't matter to you, which is good. We've been fancy. Wait. You have different line for small fish? Yeah, well, I've got, this is an estimate. I probably have 20 to 25 fishing rods. So yeah, I have different fluoro. Thank you, Stanley. Other than mono, I'll use fluorocarbon. Yeah, I got like crappie rods, bass rods. I have walleye rods, but I left them up in Michigan. Cat rods, inshore rods. So yeah, I've got, so those different rods have different lines on them. Grant, I was listening while working in the yard. Just came in now. Okay, cool, man. You working on that garden? How's your toilet paper growing? We got about 10 minutes, brothers. I don't know if any of you guys got Stanley, Grant. I don't know if you guys got anything coming out video wise or live streams. Grant, you got that new, live stream setup. I don't know how often you plan to do it, but if you guys got anything coming out, now's the time to put it in the chat. Yeah, over there. That's where it's at. And this reverse thing with the cameras, I'll never get it. When I'm doing a video and I'll talk about another video I did, I'll say, I'll put it up in the corner over, usually I go over there or there or wherever it's going to go because I never get it right. I know it's over my left shoulder. See how quick that was? Once I think about it, left shoulder. But when I'm doing the video, I'm like, it's going to be over there because that's what it seems like to me. Reverse. Yeah, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. Well, I think I have 4 laugh out loud. I dream of being a multi-dozen rod. You have 4 rods, Stanley? I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all. I believe that you go out on the fancy boat offshore, you're not even using your rod. They probably have a whole stockpile of rods on the boat. Oh, we're going fishing for mahi-mahi. We'll use this. Oh, we're going to deep drop with the electric reel. We're going to use this. So if I had that available, I might not need all my own rods. I'm kidding. Grant, moving flowers from backyard to the front so I can have more garden in the back. Oh, that's cool. So you can grow more toilet paper. That's awesome. Excuse me. I got a video. Not sure which one I'm posting, but should have one live tomorrow. Okay, cool. Very cool. Looking forward to it. Anything else closing down there, Stanley? I know I saw the story that Mustang Beach closed because one of their state park and one of their employees actually contracted or was tested positive for the virus that will remain unnamed. So, yeah, they closed it. Which, I mean, I'm not mad. Penn's, I checked their site. They're still saying, hey, our visitor center's closed. We're not doing trash and bathroom cleaning. But the beach is open. Go on down Penn's and enjoy yourself. So as long as people don't mess it up and get in big mass groups like they do, it should be okay. Mike, I've got tons of rods. I need to practice with my bait casters because I had better luck clubbing a fish with them. You know what? I don't fish bait casters. You've seen that conventional reel that I showed you, but that's not cast. You just let line out of that. I watch plenty of people catch all kinds of big, huge fish with spinning reels. Just depends on, you got to match. You can spend $500-$600 on a spinning reel, just like a bait caster. So you got to match the reel to the size of the fish, the line capacity, all that stuff. But you don't have to use bait casters. There are a few situations where they work better, but not a lot. So, yeah, I've had so many people, what, you only use spinning reels? Yeah. And I catch plenty of fish, big fish, small fish, anything in between. So it doesn't bother me. Now, like I said, when we go offshore, you're not casting. I mean, and they're still using spinning reels out there. You come up to a weed line and there's mahi-mahi or triple toe or something. They grab the spinning rods out, start casting at them for the most part. Not everybody, but for the most part. So those big reels, the conventionals, they're used to troll with, they're used to drop with. You're not casting them. So that's my whole thing on spinning versus bait cast. Don't need a bait cast reel. Now, bass fishermen, they can't fish without bait casters. I don't know why, but to each their own. Don't hate them, but don't hate me. Stanley. That is totally true. I'd get laughed off the boat with most of my equipment. I'm there because they need someone to scrub decks. Whatever. I don't see any of your videos you scrubbing decks. I see you fishing and having fun. That's what I see. So good try. Maybe that's off camera, scrubbing the decks, cleaning the fish or something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on right now. I'm hearing conflicting reports daily about, down there. Me too. That's why that was one of the things in the title, local fishing places shutting down, but not there. I'm learning people from all over don't know, I seen Jenny said that her local ramp closed, but I was trying to get more information. I was hoping she'd show up, but she didn't. I can literally only cast open spool spin-ins now. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Mike, you can catch anything you want with that type of reel. Like I said, match the reel to the, look, this is all I use. I'll show you. Boom, boom, boom. Where is one of them? Here's one right here. That would be a small one that I have not put on a rod. I must put it on a rod at one time. This is a pin. This is the Battle, right? Yeah, Battle 2. These are one of my favorites now for inshore. Pin's really good saltwater reel, but I've decided they're affordable, so freshwater I can use it too. So just buy it. But this is it. That's it. And this is a 3,000 or a 4,000. I can't read it. I'm blind. It says it right there somewhere. So yeah, this is a 4,000. So yeah, match the reel to what it is you're fishing for, and you're good to go with open face spinning reels. You don't see me scrubbing decks on camera because of my rad editing skills, yo. All right. I got you. And a lot of this fishing stuff, you guys don't forget, I had that online fishing business for a while. So not only did I have to use the product, because I didn't want to sell something that I didn't have faith in, right? So I used the products, and a lot of times it was like, you're getting at a wholesale to sell them, but you're going to keep some for you to use so that when you go out and do videos or whatever, or people see you fish in a tournament, you're using that product that you're trying to sell. So a lot of when I say I have that many rods, a lot of it is because, that was part of it. When I closed the business, I donated about $4,000 worth of fishing gear to a local charitable, nonprofit that does stuff for kids fishing, right? But there were rods, reels, all kinds of fishing gear that I kept for myself too, because, already paid for it, baby. So, yeah. My spinning rods are great because you can just unscrew one side and hook your cordless drill up. That's not I've used something similar like that to put line, not to fish with them, but to put line on them. I've done something similar to that. If you got a big, like a 6,000 or 8,000 reel, so you're putting 400 or 500 yards of braid on there, and you don't want to do this for 400 or 500 yards. You hook it up to the drill and just you got to have it set so there's pressure on it, right? It's got to come through the eyelet so it goes on tight. But yeah, you can. I've done that. Been there, done that. Two minutes, gentlemen. Time to start saying arrivederci. I hope, and I haven't said it yet. I kind of feel the need to try this. Do it, Stanley. Do it. That's deep drop. Just bring a hand drill, right? Chargeable, out on the boat with you. Deep drop it, and then put that drill in that mug and zzz. You know what, Stanley? If you get the chance, that would be a video. Could you imagine somebody having their drill out there with a spinning rod, deep dropped, and zzz, pulling something up? That would be an awesome video. There you go. A birthday present to you, Mr. Stanley Orchard. That's your next offshore video. It'll kill it. It'll go viral. All right. So yeah, it would be a good video. You'll never be able to reel with the torque of a 20-volt DeWalt. I don't know. We'll have to see it. Pulling jacks off the bottom of 300 foot of water wears you out. Wouldn't mind putting a Ryobi Ryobi, yep, that's what I got to the test with it. Might as well. Heck, you got that impact one too. You can use both of them. Switch out. It's like changing gears. You got the 2-speed reels they got out there for that. It's ridiculous. Gentlemen, hey, y'all stay safe. Practice social distancing best you can, like all of us. I know none of us are the ones out there doing stupid stuff to spread it like these young folks for the most part are. But yeah, be careful. Take care of yourselves, and let's all get through this thing. Real quick, I know I'm at the 6 o'clock mark, but real quick, um, sometimes I feel guilty because I'm like, man, I ain't gone fishing since January. Now with all this crap going on, I can't travel nowhere and do nothing, and I'm mad because I can't go fishing. At the same time, there's somebody in that hospital bed suffering from this freaking virus, potentially dying, and families being impacted. There's people that are unemployed; their jobs just went away. So I feel guilty being mad because I can't go fishing. I got to be thankful for what I got. We're both still employed. We have jobs where we can work from home. And it's going to go by. It might not be April. It might not be May. We might lose spring fishing. It might be June or July before things start swinging around. But it's going to swing around, and that's what we have to focus on, right? There's people worse off than any of us are. And so to sit here and for me to complain about, I didn't get to go fishing this weekend, I do it. I complain about it, and then I think about it, and I feel guilty because I know there's people out there that have a lot bigger things on their mind than not getting to go fishing this weekend. So there's my little spill for you all. Okay. That's my wife texting me. She's in the next room, so let me see. She's probably telling me dinner's ready. Dinner's ready, boys. I gotta go. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for sticking with me. There's only us in here, so it's not like we're killing it, or it's not like I'm killing it. You guys are. But I appreciate y'all. Let's do this again next Monday. There will be another vlog coming out within the next few days, kind of talking about what we just hit on without saying the virus's name out loud. Ooh. So until then, guys, appreciate y'all. Catch y'all later, and peace out. I'm going to end this broadcast right now.